Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Now in this video I'll be talking about how you can take steps to be able to save your job from being laid off, right? So let's say your company is downsizing, or maybe you got impacted, or your company got impacted by COVID-19 and they're trying to lay off people. I'm going to talk about what steps and actions can you take today that you can actually save your job and save your position from being laid off, and also how you'll be able to get promoted to a higher level managerial position or even an executive level position on specific actions that you can take today that can help improve your company's bottom line, maybe increase market share, increase revenue, or reduce cost, right? I'm going to talk about specific actions that you can take that can help you save your job from being laid off. So let's go ahead and begin. So first off, the COVID-19 impact on global business, right? So almost every industry was impacted, as we all know, from the COVID-19 impact. And specifically the airline industries, the hospitality sector, the hotel sector, real estate sector, retail sector, which is a huge loss as well. So what was the impact on companies' bottom lines today, right? So the COVID-19 says, now this is taken from a book called The Answer, which is by Alan and Barbara Pease. 20 rule. 80% of your company's sales is coming from your 20% of your customers, right? Your highest paying customers. Basically is forming 80% of your sales, right? So how to prevent your top 20% of customers from leaving your competition, from leaving your company, right? So because you're relying on 20% of your customers, because if any one of those customers leaves, it's going to have a direct impact on your bottom line. So what can you do? What action steps can you take today to help reduce the chances of your customers leaving and going to your competition, right? Right now, with COVID-19, customers became a lot more demanding than ever before. And the impact is this, that if a customer finds another product which is similar to yours, to what your company is offering, at a lower price point, they're gonna jump straight to it right then and there, right? Because people and customers became a lot more price conscious than ever before because of the COVID-19 impact and because of the pressures on quality of services from different companies. So the second they find another product or a service that is similar to yours and maybe 10% less or even 20% less, even probably 5% less than yours, they're going to go straight jump to it without even giving you any serious consideration, right? And that's why it is now imperative for companies to be able to provide the best quality of services and products at the best and most competitive price points. So what can you do? What options can you do to make that happen? By leveraging innovative technologies, using APIs, using new technology frameworks that you can implement on your products and services that can improve the quality of service to your end customers, right? That's one option. The next point, existing customers versus acquiring brand new customers. Now, please note that it costs you 4 times less to maintain your existing customers than to acquire new customers, right? So if your customers leave you, it's going to cost you 4 times more in terms of promotions, marketing efforts, discount offers to be able to win that customer back, right? And if that customer is part of your 20%, which has a direct impact on your bottom line, guess what? It's going to have a major dent in your revenues and in your profits by the end of the year. So it is imperative and critical that you maintain your customers that you currently have by providing them the highest quality of services, the best competitive price points to make sure they don't leave you and to go to your competition, right? So what are the options? You can use AI, which is artificial intelligence. You can use IoT. You can use blockchain. You can use RPA, which is robotic process automation, and so on. All of these are different technology options that which you can leverage today to implement within your products and services to help improve your value proposition to your end customers. Let's take a look at how that works. The second point, or the third point, is your CEO. Chances are your CEOs are currently eyeing their retirement, right? Maybe they're in their 40s and 50s and they're just looking, they don't want to waste effort and time to be able to learn a brand new technology or to go through this whole digital transformation efforts and all that. So they're looking at their retirement. So what they're doing right now is they're eyeing and they're looking who's going to be their next successor. who's going to be the next person in line to take their place that will be able to lead the organization or the company for the next 5 years into profitability and maintain its competitive advantage in the marketplace. What person will be able to lead the company and maintain its marketplace and maintain its market share to improve the revenues for their shareholders, right? So they're eyeing the next person in line, and that person can be you, right? We're going to talk about how you can start eyeing different options, different procedures, different projects that can help elevate your value in the organization and improve your level in the organization by being promoted to a new level, right? And this is one of the options here. Another point that I want to highlight is that some people might be having an option to go for a master's degree or an MBA, and how that actually looks in terms of your company. So let's say you're going for an MBA, you approach your managers, your executive, and tell them, Nick, I'm getting my MBA next year. I'll be looking for a promotion. I'll be looking for a maybe a raise, a salary raise, or a wage raise in my salary. What is the typical option that we get today is, normally the manager would say, or the executive would say, we are not considering promotions at this time. We have no budget. We're actually downsizing, so we're not giving any promotions or salary transfers or salary increases this year, and maybe in the next 2-3 years, right? That's typically the COVID-19 impact on global business. Now, let's say a different approach. You approach your company and tell them, hey, I have a solution idea or an idea for a solution that can help reduce our cost on product XYZ by 40%. Or I have an idea for a solution that can help improve our revenue, increase our revenues by like 30% this year by combining a new technology, by using a new technology for this product that we're offering, market share by 20%, right? What is the typical response that you get today? Let's see how that works. Let's show me. Let's discuss it. Can you show a demo? Is it secure, and so on, right? So this applies to almost any business, any company worldwide. And this is how you can gain your competitive edge, by showing them a solution or an idea for a solution that can actually improve their bottom line or improve their market share, and hence you can elevate your value in your company. So how can you go about that? We have what is called the problem canvas. The problem canvas allows us to classify and categorize different problems that the organization is facing. Naturally, the bigger the organization, the more problems they're facing, because it's just the nature of complexity of the organization or the company, the different hierarchies of organizational structures and departments, and the number of people involved, and the number of staff and contractors and suppliers and the value chain, right? So how can you start categorizing the different problems that your company is having? We use what is called the problem canvas. The problem canvas is also being used by entrepreneurs and startups to be able to categorize the problem that they're trying to solve in the marketplace. And then once they provide a solution to the market, to this problem, it will quantify how much potential market share they have and how much potential revenue they can get by solving that problem, right? So let's jump in. Let's take a look. So the problem canvas is normally a solution to define a solution to a problem, right? So I'm taking here blockchain as a technology is usually a solution to a problem, right? So choosing the right technology for that specific use case, the problem, is a key secret for success. We all know that different problems can be leveraged, can be solved by different technology types or different technology frameworks. Artificial intelligence, AI, has different applications for different problems. Blockchain or cryptocurrency has different solutions that can solve different problems using that technology. RPA, robotic process automation, has different types of problems that you can address RPA to it, and you'll be able to solve that problem efficiently and effectively. So blockchain is typically a solution to a problem that your organization might be facing. It has specific advantages when you leverage blockchain to solve those specific problems, right? Let's take a look. First, what is called, we have to create the problem canvas. The problem canvas is a sheet that you start defining your problem. The first column you put is define the problem. Then you put in what is the impact, state the effect the problem has on the organization. what impact does this problem have on the organization, right? You define that impact. You put like three or four lines. In the next column, you say, what is the value gained for solving the problem, right? If I solve this problem that I have, what value would I gain? Is it going to reduce cost? Is it going to reduce churn rate, customers leaving to go into my competition? Is it going to reduce my time to market? Thereby, I'll be possibly increasing my market share down the line. Is it going to reduce my operating expenses, right? All of these are value gains that you would gain as benefits for the company when you solve that specific problem, right? And the next part is you add what is called the solution, the possible solutions. You state the possible solutions to the problem. You don't state how I'm going to solve it, but you say, what is the optimum solution for this problem? And you put different options. Option one, solution number one, X, Y, Z. Solution number two, you say, okay, the optimum solution for this problem that will be able to help me solve this problem, this is what it is, right? Let's take a look at an example of how that works. Okay, so this is taken from one of the training courses that we do for open banking. So you define the problem. Here's an example problem, right? Credit cards are taking 7 days to be issued. There's too much time to issue credit card in comparison to the market, right? So the impact of the problem is customers are going to my competitors for credit cards. I'm suffering from high churn rates. Customers are leaving me, going to my competitors for their credit card needs. So I'm losing potential revenue to $100,000, $200,000, maybe $20,000, $25,000 per year because the customers are leaving, going to my competition. So I'm not able to meet my target revenues for the year. So what's the value gained from solving this problem? Less churn rate, higher market share by acquiring new customers. If I solve this problem, I'm going to have a higher credit card sign-ups from customers, and I'll be able to increase my target revenue for the year, right? So what are the possible solutions for this problem? You issue credit cards in 3 days. That's one possible solution, right? We overhaul our credit card issuing process, and we say, okay, instead of 7 days, I'm going to issue credit cards within 3 days. That's exceeding my competitors. Maybe my competitors are issuing credit cards in 5 days or 4 days. So now I'm exceeding the competitors, and so hopefully the customers will come back to me for their credit card requirements. Another option, I issue virtual credit cards. I allow my customers to go and launch into my mobile banking app or my mobile app, and they'll be able to issue credit cards, a virtual credit card right then and there, which they can use for online purchases, shopping online, and so on. This is a huge advantage and a huge possible solution that can actually remove this problem and solve this problem for me, right? So that's how you go about defining the problem. Let's take a look at how you go for other problems. So this is the Excel sheet that we see with the problem canvas. So what we say here is you state the problem, you put 2 or 3 lines for each specific problem. These are all different problems. This is actually taken from one of our candidates from previous training courses. You state the impact that the problem has. For each problem, you state the impact. You put the value gain for solving this problem. For each single problem, so number one, this is one problem. That's the impact, and this is the value gained. And here are the possible solutions for that specific problem. Then you go number two. You define the problem. It's going to be 1 line, it can be 2 lines, and so on. And then you go to the impact this problem has, right? And then you go, what is the value gained if I solve this problem? And you put down the possible solutions for this problem, and so on. So you could end up with a sheet of, let's say, 8 or 9 problems. And what you do right now, you start prioritizing. You look at the problem which has the highest impact on the organization. Why? Because the problem with the highest impact is going to give you the highest rewards for solving that problem, right? It's very important. You approach the problem with the biggest impact. It will give you the biggest reward for you to solve that problem, which will elevate your career to the next level or get promoted to a new level in your organization. If you guys notice, disruption, digital transformation all have one objective: to be able to leverage the latest innovative technologies to improve our competitive advantage in the market and improve the bottom line. Provide services with less cost and efficiently and effectively to improve our value proposition to our end customers. So why not focus on the problems that you're having now? And once you tackle and choose and prioritize the problems, you'll say, okay, I'll be able to solve this problem. I will get the highest impact, and then I'll be able to improve, let's say, revenue, increase cost, reduce cost to one of my products, or even improve my time to market to be able to beat the competition, right? So that's what you end up doing. I'm going to put a link in the description below with the Excel sheet and a Google sheet with an actual sample of the problem canvas, and I'll put some example problems, and you can follow along as you start thinking about what problems your company is actually going through, and you can list down those problems and you fill the impact, the value gained, and the possible solution for the problem. The next step that you can take is you can share this sheet with your manager, with your directors, with your executives, even with your coworkers or head of departments, and get their feedback, get their input. If you focus on a specific problem, you tell them, hey, we have this problem here, and this is the impact it has on our department. Do you feel the same way? Does this problem is impacting your department, your resources, your staff, your financials? They might give you some additional feedback. They might say, yes, the problem is impacting me with the following, and that's the impact. I have financial impact, I've got resource impact, I've got time, I'm losing time on this specific product, and you can update the sheet accordingly there, right? And then you can actually approach your director later on, and once you categorize, let's say you come up with 3 top priority problems which have the biggest impact. Maybe you come up with 2 problems, and you say the problem number 1 is costing me $500,000 in lost revenue this year. Problem number 2 is costing maybe $200,000 in lost revenues this year, or market share, and so on. And then you approach your executive and director and say, hey, I have a solution, a possible solution that can help solve this problem by applying the following. Let me know what you think, right? So this is what is possible that you can do in this specific problem, which can actually help you elevate your career to a new level in your organization and be so I'll put a link in the description below, and just go through it and let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you all for watching, and I wish you very best in your career choices.